Welcome to the Her Story Circle podcast, the podcast that brings you the extraordinary tales of everyday women who are changing the world. I'm your host, Gertrude Mache, and I'd like to acknowledge traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today. I also like to pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. Every week, we dive into the lives, challenges, and triumphs of women from all four corners of the globe. We're here to inspire, enlighten, and connect, sharing stories that uplift and empower. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and join us as we explore the incredible journeys of women shaping our future. This is Her Story, where every woman's voice matters. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Her Story Circle. This is Gertrude Mache here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And today I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating woman. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our tribe. Please tell everybody your full name, where you're based, and share your story with us today.
Thank you, Gertrude, for having me on your show. I am Sikta. I am currently streaming from London, and I am originally from India. And I am a business coach and a business consultant today. And my journey has been through technology and AI. But this is my latest calling where I'm committed to positively impacting at least 1 billion lives over the next 5 years and enabling them to live their best version of life. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. And my trigger on this journey was because I met quite a few leaders. When I say leaders, CXOs of the world, of MNCs, global CXOs, whom I found wary of what technology and AI is bringing today to the world, which I did not find exactly fair. I think we should be excited about the unknown opportunities that are presenting before us right now, because that gives us so much potential to build a different kind of world and to eradicate the kind of problems that we have been facing till today as a species. So we need to embrace the unknown, of course, with responsibility, of course, with due consideration, but not really get lost in being wary. And that's what has prompted me to get into the coaching and counseling side of things. And I look forward to being of help to as many human beings as I can be. Right now, I'm more involved with leaders and corporates and startups as coach and mentor. So I am from India. In fact, eastern part of India, there is a province called Odisha. That's where I hail from. But I've stayed in different parts of India all through my life. So I have developed a very holistic picture of the place. And it is my profession in technology which brought me to UK, United Kingdom, where I'm currently. But that also led me to quite a few realizations of what my next step in my career should be. And when I say career doesn't mean just a remuneration or just a designation to me, but something that marries well with my calling. And right now it is coaching and helping people through their journey, which marries best with me. And when I say helping them through their journey, both personal and professional. So that's why I'm both a certified life coach and a business coach. So yeah, that's what I bring to the table. And my journey into technology was very um, how do I say? It was just by trend. Yeah, it just happened because by default in India you can be a technologist. It's if you're doing a little well, if you know your technicalities, math, science, measurements a little right, these are the default options that happen before you. But once I got into it, it did get me a lot involved in it. I did fall in love with technology while also pursuing my affair with filmmaking for a long time, till I realized that there should come a point in life when both will merge. But till then, I'll pursue this. But right now, I've found my calling in coaching and In fact, when I look back at my career, as much as technology and my passion for technology played a role, I think my highest points career wise were also those where I could actually make an impact on others as a mentor leader or as a coach or nurturing a team from scratch. Those have been my exponential growth points. So I think I had that thing in me. And yeah, even both my parents are teachers. So maybe that comes in genes or the way I'm brought up. But somewhere this thought has always been there that every life is equally important. And that yeah, I also used to teach for 5 years in the through NGO. Like, I worked for the Tatas, who have quite a few CSR initiatives. So I used to teach applied maths and conversational English to students from 5th to 10th from a little lesser privileged background in Mumbai slum areas from 2015 to 2020. Yeah, I used to do that. But it was only the first time, Gertrude, that I went to the class because I wanted to teach them. Every time else for the 5 years I was going because there was so much to learn from them. They simplified life for me. Every Saturday I wake up and I go, I see these kids who maybe have one pair of second-hand uniform, two notebooks in their bag because their parents can't afford anything more, and may have had breakfast, may not have had breakfast, but they always have a smile on their face. And it's a very genuine smile. And they greet you with all their heart when they say, "Good morning, teacher." It was a profound realization that made me realize that we complicate our lives. Life can actually be simple, and real requirements of life are very limited. And that took me every Saturday, no matter what, every Saturday to the schools and back. So there was a NGO and a trust that was running the school in this areas. And I think I miss the kids even today because I saw kids who were in fifth go all the way till 10th. So it was an emotional journey for me. But yeah, I think that side of me also exists. Yeah.
It looks like you found your vocation. I am curious to know what inspired you to transition from a technology focused career to becoming a business coach, and how your technical background influenced your coaching approach.
Thank you for that question, Gertrude. Um, so in technology also, because as I said, I came in by accident, and I'm a person who usually is into exploring. So I started as a software coder. I went to become a software architect. When I fell in love with it, I was like, I have to now pursue it full time. So I used to develop software systems. Then I became an enterprise architect. But then I pivoted into sales of technology because there was a turning point when I felt what I'm building is not what is clicking with the customer. I need to know the customer's voice. But on the sales journey, what happens is you interact a lot with customers. So I went from a 12-hour desk job to, I mean, 12, it was actually a 9-hour job, which I used to overstretch because of my passion, to 12 hours, to 12, 13 hours of being out there on the field and meeting people across the country. Like, I think there was this one week also when 5 days in a week, no, sorry, 4 days in of the week, I had 6 meetings in 4 different locations and had to complete them. But that did give me a high. It wasn't something that really brought me down. But having said that, as I met more and more CXOs, and I was working for a multinational company, so I had the benefit of meeting people from all over the world. The CXOs of the world who travel to India and are over there, I'm meeting them. And even when I came over to London, I had the opportunity to meet the top leaders of the biggest and the most powerful MNCs of the world. One recurring theme that happened at least 80% of the time was that even I found them wary of fast technology change or change in general, and especially of AI. I agree that everything new needs to be approached with care, but it needs to be approached. If the leadership itself is so wary, how will we as a entire population really flourish.
Mm,
So that did trigger me. Like, these were very mundane conversations, honestly.
mm,
But I mean, I have this ability to bring out patterns over a period of time, and I saw the same pattern repeating. And then I was like, no, this can't be what we are making our leaders to be. And please understand, the leaders also get influenced by their peers, by the pressure from up, and the by what comes from below. So let's not think of them as, oh, you need to stand in your own right. They also function in an environment. But that led me to thinking through if this is the leadership that I journey that I want to take, where after time I'm conforming to conventions and becoming conventional instead of exploratory, or
right.
do I really want to be the enabler for exploration? And for me, right now, for a long time, technology meant enabler for exploration. It really, the my first love for coding was because it enabled me to create systems without depending on anyone. I can sit at the corner of a room and create systems. That was the major driver for me. Two, it was suddenly like the systems won't be adopted if these people don't change their mind. So how do I exactly help humans get more inspired? And that's what made me again take a pivot. So I've been taking pivots within technology, so it hasn't been so apparent. But this
Mm.
time, suddenly it happened to be something that seems outside the domain. For me, it's a continuation or a continuum. But
So, what unique strategies do you employ to help your clients unlock their potential and thrive in both their personal and professional lives?
lovely question. Someone who's really listening will ask that. Thank you. Thank you, Gertrude. Um, I don't know if my approach is unique, but I do bring my entire being and my entire energy without any bias. I think I've learned doing that. And that is what enables me to help my clients go deep into themselves. I have known myself as a person who is very clear within. I see myself as a complex person, complex being, but I'm aware of all my convolutions, or I maybe most of my convolutions. Let me not be overconfident. I'm pretty aware of them, and I know how to use them and how to leverage them and when to stop them. I think when I actually open up, when I say open up, as in I don't present myself in a particular context, but just let myself be. I just bring my being without interacting or without talking or without presenting. I think I give people certain energy that helps them see within themselves. That's how I describe it. If they are willing to. If they're not willing to, I also know people who run away from me. So because because it becomes so apparent as to what is happening. I mean, I really would love to know how to control that energy and not let it be. But if I'm actually being me, I think people somewhere come, and I don't speak, I don't do anything. It's just being around me. they, they come to realize some things about themselves. If they're ready to grasp it and work on it, then I become a good tool. So that's what I do, and I listen. I think I know how to really listen. And
Okay.
whatever I had finesse to bring about, my sales profession taught me how to listen to a no and understand if it's a no or a yes, or what is the continuum of it. So, yeah.
So, can you share a success story from your coaching business where a client achieved significant transformation? What were the key factors that contributed to their success?
I think first and foremost, it is very willing that I choose my clients wisely. When I say choose wisely, I'll explain you. It's not a very calculated approach, but a very
Mm,
instinctive one. That are they ready for transformation? As I was just saying, otherwise, it might be very difficult for someone to stay in my energy or any coach's energy, because a
mm,
coach will ideally reflect to you even the parts of you that you don't want to see, because those are the wounded parts, or those are the parts that need healing, that need attention. So most of my clients whom I have had till date are ambitious people, who have experienced a kind of plateau and are wondering where is it coming from. And then especially when you're plateaued, you tend to think about everything around, and you're contemplating everything. Am I doing right in my personal life? Am I doing right in my professional life? And you're trying to bind everything together.
Yes.
So I do understand the kind of people whom I pick up or choose to be my clients. I usually have an initial call, which is a 30-minute free call, where I anyway consult people. But after that, there have been cases when I've asked folks to be more ready and come back later. But there was this one client who had actually just closed his business, and he was starting his new job. And this transition, like, you're working on a job, then you're business owner for a couple of years, and
Hmm.
then back going to the job. um, there are a number of factors that come over there. Some factors that tell you that you failed, or that you're now reporting into someone. I mean, that was one case that was running in his mind. um, and the other factor, that you have been out of sync with the job market. To the
Yes.
third factor, and the most crucial and excruciating factor for founders, which is more about social acceptance of this, or everyone talking that, oh, you're now going back to a job thingy. Because the region that this person came from, which is Europe, usually is one place that appreciates a lot that people are entrepreneurial. Like, the
Okay.
entrepreneurial spirit is celebrated instead of the safety of a job. um, so he was going through quite a few, and there were financial challenges also,
Okay.
because you have a family to run, you have a home to cater to, you have kids. So that was the struggle that he was going through. Two, we worked together till he went on job of his choice, and he could actually relate to what is his career path ahead, and how and when will he take his next pivot. So
Okay.
that's how we worked it out. Then we took a pause so that he can concentrate fully on his job, and maybe later on we'll resume again. We are still in touch, but this has been the journey for the person, where he started being from being entirely disheartened, with a spirit that wasn't really letting him land on a job, to understanding where or what kind of job would he be okay doing, and understanding the potential that the market still sees when you have
Mm.
been an entrepreneur and have had your experience as an entrepreneur, because you bring in a
Yes.
lot of learning, that you can be a CXO in many top companies, to taking that job, aligning to the new environment, because even when you become a CXO, you operate within policies of companies,
Yeah.
to making peace with that and understanding the balance that you can strike and moving on.
So, how do you integrate technology and AI into your coaching business to enhance the client experience and outcomes?
Okay, so I'll take technology and AI as one bracket, because
Mhm.
every technology that we are using today already contains AI, including the platform that we are using right now.
Right.
But I think it is acting as a powerful platform for me and my clients, because these conversations that I have are very intimate conversations. These are very vulnerable conversations happening. I cannot have those conversations in a cafe. It's not as sweet dating, not really. These are
Mm.
profound conversations that you're having, and either you can have them in a safe haven of a office space, or online space where the client has chosen their own cozy corner. Another thing that online enables, like, online is how most of my meetings are enabled. Like, I was talking with the European client. I'm based in London, the person is based in Europe, um, particularly in Austria. And
Mhm.
that's where the communication was happening, and it went pretty seamless. We did meet in London later when he had come for a office visit, but that's just one or two times of meeting. um, it gives people the freedom to choose their space, and be comfortable in whatever environment that they are comfortable, and
Yes.
still build a trust with their coach. So that's how I see it playing a role. And if and Gertrude, let's face it, if I'm talking of reaching 1 billion people in 5 years, I have to make use of technology to amplify my voice. Um, I don't think the dream would be easily achievable without the help of technology. Some of the areas that I want to reach is Sudan. I want to reach mm, the war zones currently, whether it is Israel or it is Ukraine, and at
Yeah.
least be of help to the children over there, mid-range children who are above 15 or around that age and 17. I'm just trying to categorize just for the ease of being able to cater. Otherwise, I would like to reach everyone, but let me start from somewhere instead of spreading everywhere. But
Mm.
if even if I'm having these dreams, I'm able to have it because of technology. I was
Yes.
having a conversation as an alum of my school. We were having this conversation on enabling education across India, and we are 1.54 billion people right now.
Yeah.
The next level of enabling education in India will be where the school goes to them through a screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can make the best of quality education reach the interior parts. So that
Yeah.
is the brainstorming that we were having. So I
Okay.
think technology will play a crucial part, and it will level play many things, and it will enable us in many ways, and it is definitely doing that for my coaching business, because of which I'm able to dream of a global business from now on.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
otherwise I wouldn't
admirable.
have been able to. Yeah.
I love your big thinking. A lot of people are not seeing the power of the technology that's at our fingertips right now, and the unlimited possibilities of what can be created when we harness the technology. So it excites me when I meet somebody who's thinking, on a really big scale as well. This is absolutely awesome. So my
Thank
next question is, what are the most common challenges that your clients face when trying to build or scale their businesses? And how do you guide them through these challenges?
So I did conduct this last Saturday a session on top 5 check-ins for entrepreneurs, and
Mhm.
I was explaining the points that I have come empirically across. So first is right intent. People build and or get into entrepreneurship for reasons that they may or may not. I mean, do you really are you passionate about something so much that you'll be dedicated to it at least for 5 years, if not more? And I
Mhm.
say 5 years because that's the minimum time that you need to be with the idea and see
Yeah.
its execution, if everything goes fine, till you can
Yes.
exit as a founder and hand it over to a VC. I mean, that's the model that I'm talking of.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a lifetime project. If you're going to do something like what I'm trying to do, it's a lifetime project that I've
Yeah.
taken up.
Committed
But
for the long
yeah,
haul.
that's where it starts first. And get to 20% of the startups collapse in the initial stage because the founders fall apart in the
Yeah.
first 2 years. So it's even before the venture capitalists come in, or before your phase 2, phase 3 of execution has happened and you've grown. We
Yes.
say that only 20% startups succeed, 10 to 20% startup. There is a method to the madness that only 20% startups are succeeding. And that's
Mhm.
also an area where I'm proposing to some VCs that I can help the startups that are working with you. Because these are just thought processes which, if tuned a bit, everything else will show up as a butterfly effect in the right way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the initial stage where you haven't built the right team. You haven't built a team that is fond of each other or aligns to the vision, but it was just convenient based on skills.
Yeah.
After that, the next stage that it goes to is having a problem to solve. I might be great with technology, but if I'm proud of my technology skills, I shouldn't build an app that is meant for making people sleep. I should build maybe a language like Java or a language like Golang and give it to developers, because they are the ideal audience who will understand the powers that I bring to the table.
Mhm.
uh,
Mm.
or a sleep app should be built by someone who is more of a therapist or is more of a person who knows the empathy that needs to come with handling it.
Yeah, yeah,
I think someone with the right domain knowledge often succeed. Domain knowledge and the right passion for something uh, that you're trying to solve as a problem succeeds than someone who claims that, oh, I have the right skill. It is
yeah,
always attitude and energy over passion,
yeah.
over skills.
Over
So
skills.
yes, you might be very passionate or very proud that and confident in your skills. Great, but your skills will take you only a certain way. An
Yeah,
entrepreneurial journey is not certain way only. That's
it's
the
true.
other part where I see people failing, and at least 50% failing, because they do not address the question, what is the problem that we are solving? Sometimes they
Hmm.
define it because it's a very cliche line to say, but they are
Yeah,
actually not doing it for that reason. So this is where I come in, and this is the initial stage when I get involved with the through the accelerators and incubators which support
yeah,
startups as their devil's advocate to tell them, hey, are you looking into things properly? Are you doing
right.
it for the right reason? uh,
So, as someone who has navigated multiple career transitions, what advice do you give your clients who are looking to make significant changes in their careers or their businesses?
Make a change when, first of all, keep learning, because that is what enables you to make changes which seem very divergent from what you were doing earlier.
Yes.
And I very consciously say seem divergent because honestly, what has helped me make my career choices is I always saw the underlying thread that connected them. So it never make a change when it seems risky to you. Make the
Right.
change when it is the natural step for you. I made my change into from architecture to sales. I was in pre-sales as an architect for a long time, so I
Okay.
was familiar with the sales environment as a onlooker for years together.
Right.
So
Right.
that's when I changed it, and it was something that happened organically for me. It
Yes.
was like that you reach a saturation point and you automatically know that this is your change. And the similar thing has happened for me with respect to coaching. It's when you use the word, it seems very different. But
Yes.
for me, it has been a very organic change. And yes, I knew that I may not have all these skills in place or I might need to learn. So when I realized it back in 2023, I did take up coaching certifications. So today
Okay.
I am a certified coach through programs that are accredited by International Coaching Federation and through European Mentor and Coaching Consortium. So
Okay.
so do take those steps to fill in the gaps and then take the plunge. So do it when it seems seamless
Yes.
and not risky.
It's about being strategic about these changes. Okay, so now I want to take you into the past and we're going to go back and see if you can give advice to that younger you, this young woman who started her career in one place and evolved to becoming a business coach. If you could go back and give her three nuggets of wisdom, what would those three nuggets of wisdom be based on what life has taught you up until this point?
Okay, I think if you would have asked me this question 10 minutes before or 20 minutes before, my answer would have been different. But I do have some thoughts on this now. I think I would have asked her to keep doing what she's doing. She's wise. She does what she needs to do. She never leaves a stone unturned. I think that's what I like about her. But she could relax a bit. She used to be very tensed about how things will work out, at least as a future self. I can tell her relax. That would be a nugget of wisdom that I would give her, which I would like to believe have become a bit over the period of time.
I love
Um,
it.
Other than that, three nuggets, isn't it? This is one that I would give her for sure. Um, Anything else? Oh, I would have liked her to say date a little more people. Again, a part of getting relaxed. If you're so career oriented, you end up not dating people or rejecting all your dates.
I love
But
it. So
yeah,
it should be a
but I
nice
don't think she would take my
balance.
advice. This is too much for her.
I love it. It's all about having that balance in life, doing the
Hmm.
work, but focusing on your personal life as well. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming online and sharing your story with us today. Sounds to me like you're an amazing business coach. How can people get hold of you? What is the best way that people can find you?
I will share with you a link to my website, which is geniusinu.one. So that's my website, and
Mhm.
mm, and I'll also share a Calendly link where they can directly go. It's there on my website also. They can book a call, or they
Right.
can look up on my LinkedIn, and I have anything. Ask me anything. All these lead to the same Calendly link. You click it anywhere, either on my website or on the link, that Calendly link that I'll share with you, or on my LinkedIn. And yeah, they can just get in touch with me and book a meeting. No bars held. The first meeting I enter with anyone who books a meeting with me. So any part of the world that they are, please find the right schedule and book it, and we'll be on a call.
Okay. So I think LinkedIn is going to be the place where we can direct everybody. I'm
I
going to
am
add
trying
your,
to increase my presence on, yeah, this is the right
yes,
one.
that'll be the best way.
Increase my presence on other social media, but I'll be honest, I haven't been very active till date. So it's
Okay.
taking me time to build my profile there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. The Her Story Circle is a social impact movement. We share our stories to uplift you, inspire you, energize you, but most importantly, to empower you with knowledge, with skills, with people like this who can take you from where you are to where you want to go. So tune in again tomorrow when I interview yet another amazing guest. In the meantime, have a fantastic day, morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and bye for now. Thanks again for the interview.
Thank you, Gertrude, for having me.
Thank you for tuning into the Her Story Circle podcast. I hope today's story has inspired you to believe in the power of our stories and the difference you can make in the world when you use your voice. I'm Gertrude Mache, and it's been an honor to share this space with you, where voices from all walks of life come together to weave a rich tapestry of diverse perspectives. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast to help us share these stories with more listeners. Follow us on social media by looking for the Her Story Circle podcast for more updates. And join us tomorrow for another episode filled with courage, resilience, and empowerment. Remember, your story matters, and together we're building a stronger, more inclusive world. Until next time, keep making